This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
All right, listen up, nacho chips. Quiet down, crispy potatoes. This is the moment Velveeta's been preparing you for, and you're not about to crack under pressure. Today's the day to go all in on the drip. Velveeta's Heat and Eat Queso is the MVP of any game day spread, so stick by them, and you'll be golden. Now get out there and make delicious history. No tailgate party is complete without Velveeta.
Entering a realm between the hidden and forgotten, a slipstream caught between realities, a secret museum of the esoteric, the private library of shadows, all taking place in a world forged from mystery and caught between logic and myth. You are entering ParaReality.
Good evening, seekers of the strange and the unexplained. Welcome to ParaReality, a place where shadows whisper, mysteries linger, and the line between fact and the unknown grows razor thin. I'm Sandman, your guide through the hidden corridors of reality. Here every question awakens a mystery, and every mystery pulls us deeper into the truth concealed in the shadows. Tonight, we step once again into the world where truth and mystery collide. Welcome, my friends, to a very special Halloween edition of the ParaReality Podcast. As I said, I'm your host, Sandman. And tonight, we're taking a trip through time itself, back to the golden age of radio, when the flicker of imagination painted horrors more vividly than any screen could manage. Before the age of streaming, before late-night television marathons, there was the theater of the mind, where shadows whispered through static and monsters crawled out of the dark corners of your own imagination. For this Halloween night, I've curated 4 chilling classics from old-time radio, stories that haunted listeners long before the word podcast ever existed. These weren't just entertainment. They were a shared ritual. Lights dimmed, radios glowing, families huddled close while the night outside pressed its face against the window pane. So draw the curtains, turn off the lights, and turn up your volume, because tonight we resurrect the ghosts of radio past, starting with one of the most chilling tales ever told around a campfire. A story of the frozen north and the hunger of an ancient spirit. To learn more, you'll have to turn on, tune in, and find out.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
ParaReality is a proud member of the Evergreen Podcast Network. For more information or to check out other shows on the network, please visit evergreenpodcast.com.
Broadcast from a secret bunker somewhere outside of Nashville, Tennessee. This is the award-winning podcast, ParaReality.
Our first broadcast tonight comes from the series Radio 1030, a Canadian production that aired during the 1940s and 50s. This particular story, The Windigo, is rooted deep in Algonquin folklore. The Windigo is a monstrous spirit said to roam the northern forest, embodying the evils of greed and cannibalism. It's often described as a gaunt creature, tall as the pines, with a heart made of ice and a voice that calls your name from the darkness. Once you hear it, there's no turning back. The tale you're about to hear blends folklore with frontier horror, a perfect mix of isolation, madness, and something that might just be watching you from beyond the tree line. So stoke the fire, wrap that blanket tight, and prepare for a journey into the frozen heart of fear. This is The Windigo from Radio 1030.
Time to tell tales of the unaccountable, of apparitions by night and phantoms and shadows. Time to tell strange stories of fantasy and the supernatural. Theater 1030 presents The Windigo, a strange tale of the supernatural by George Selverson, from a story by Algernon Blackwood, and starring Ed Wilson as Simpson and Robert Christie as Dr. Cathcart.
There's an explanation. An explanation. They say it carries you along. It comes and calls and carries you along.
Doctor.
It comes and calls to you out of the silence in the voice of the bush, the voice of wind and water and the cries of animals.
Doctor, please.
The perfume of it drenches you, chokes you, sickens you. The perfume of the dead and stinking vegetation. And you have to go. It calls you, carries you, rushes you away through the bush so that your feet burn like fire.
Doctor, don't,
It
please.
carries you in great leaps to your destruction. Your feet burning, the wind bursting the blood vessels behind the eyes. And then you become an animal, a living, a dead thing, like the thing itself.
Please stop it, Doctor.
And then it drops you, and you stagger away to die.
Doctor, stop it. Remember what you told me. There is an explanation. I am wrapped around with a wall of silence. With the silent snow, the silent trees, the silent forest, the silent wall of wilderness. They all listen. The listening snow, the listening trees. There is something out there in the forest, and they listen for its voice.
Then there was the time of the wolf in Rat Portage. They tell this story many times of Defago. The time I fight the wolf with these bare hands. Shall I tell you that one, huh?
With your bare hands.
Go on, Defargo. We don't doubt your fallacy for a moment.
Thank you, Doctor. Punkwa. Now, where's that old Indian?
I was here a moment ago.
Punkwa! Come back here and stir up the fire.
Well, what about this wolf?
I'm sorry for this one, I tell you. This wolf who makes the big mistake. He picks a man who is afraid of nothing, who knows the woods better than the wolf himself.
when it began. Defago, the guide, in slouch hat and moccasins, spinning his yarns by the campfire. A breath of wintry wind stealing out of the forest to rustle the tent flaps and stir the blaze. Our Indian cook somewhere in the shadows. Dr. Cathcart watching Defago with cynical eyes. And the fourth of our hunting party, myself, Ray Simpson, nervous and tense, as though expecting a thing that was about to happen.
Yeah, I come many miles on the snowshoes that time. I'm very tired. I say to myself, Defago, my boy, you will sit here a while. You will rest. But then I am sleepy. And what do you know? I am sound asleep in the snow. Now, this is not at the best of times, the very best of ideas, you understand. What do you think? Along comes this Mr. Wolf. And he looks at me and he tells himself, how magnificent. What a triumph. Here is a man, says Mr. Wolf, who's overcome by the cold. And what a pleasant meal I will make myself. But he is so wrong. I open my eyes, and there is Mr. Wolf looking into my face with his long white teeth already. So I say,
What is it? What's the matter with you, man?
Listen.
What is it, Defago? What are you listening for? Are you trying to get a rise out of us?
Quiet. Did you hear it?
No, not a thing.
You heard nothing in the bush.
No. Stop this little game. You can't frighten me with this nonsense, Defago, but you scared the living daylights out of Ray.
You heard nothing but the wind.
Yes, that's all.
Did you smell something just then?
Smell something? Really now, Defago? Only the fire. Why? What is it?
It was nothing. It was my imagination. Bonqua! Where's that Indian? The fire will go out.
You'll probably find him in your tent, hiding from the Windigo after your little performance.
You know that story then, Doctor.
But I'm interested in other things besides medicine and hunting moose. For example, native superstitions and the vagaries of the human mind. That's why you don't take me in with your little game.
Little game?
Of course. The dark forest full of unseen things surrounding us, the fire fading, working on the imagination. And then you decide to play your little trick. Very childish, Defago.
Yes, it does not disturb you, then why are you angry?
Childishness always irritates me, Defago.
Doctor, what was that you mentioned? The Windigo?
Just some Indian nonsense.
Yes, that's all. Bonqua! I better look for that fella. I will have a look in this.
All right. This is a very queer thing, Doctor.
Tomfoolery.
You think he was acting?
Certainly.
Breaking off in a story that way and staring wildly into the bush.
Well, don't you think he was acting?
He went white to the gills. Didn't you see his eyes?
Nonsense, boy. That man has lived his whole life in the bush. There's nothing here to frighten him. Unless he's superstitious like that Indian.
Superstitious?
Well, you could see that, couldn't you, eh?
No, Doctor. I couldn't tell anything from Punkler's face. It was like trying to read the expression on a piece of old lesson.
Where in the devil are you?
He didn't want us to come up here. Said we wouldn't find so much as a fresh trail of moose anywhere in the 50-island water country.
Well, we haven't.
We will. What?
Well, this afternoon when Defago went off into the bush looking for signs of moose, I couldn't help thinking, Doctor, what would we do if he didn't come back?
What do you think we'd do? We'd go home without him.
You know the way?
You're talking foolishness, Ray. Why would Defago disappear? He didn't. He's here.
Yes. All the same, I had a feeling of what it would be like to be alone at the mercy of all this desolation that takes no notice of man.
What is it, Defago?
Oh, fool. That's what it is.
Where is he? What's he doing?
It's what we will be doing. From now on, we have no cook. The hunters will have to be cookers, too.
Why? What's happened?
Superstitious old fool. He's taken one of the canoes.
What for? Where's he going?
I know that one. He is gone. He's gone.
Then it's your own fault. Probably scared him witless with that little game of yours.
But, Doctor...
Now you'll have to figure out how we get along without him. Well, as for me, I'm turning in. We'll be up with the sun, Defargo, and I'll expect less nonsense and more results tomorrow.
Good night, Doctor.
I'll be along in a minute. Defargo, what was Punkwa afraid of?
Who knows? Sometimes in the wilderness, men become sick with a strange fever, a fever which makes them mad. Maybe he's afraid of that. You hear something?
Only wind?
Yes, only wind. Good night.
Good night, Defargo. I saw Defargo move off to his tent with the lantern spilling 100 moving shadows into the trees. I lay beside Dr. Cathcart on the bed of balsam boughs. I felt a shadow lying between us. Not a shadow of the night, a shadow of the strange fear that had leaped upon Defargo in the middle of his joking. It crept through the canvas from the world of crowding trees. I felt in my soul the profound stillness of a primeval forest when no wind stirs. Then I slept. Or so I thought. No. I was lying with my eyes open, listening intently, with the running of my blood beating drums in my ears. Ray, Doctor, what is that sound? Listen. Wait, it's from the other tent. It's Defargo. The fool is dreaming. I'll see if he's all right. Defargo, what's the matter? Are you awake? Defargo, you're dreaming. Oh, that's better. What is this? A man sobbing like a child while this whole awful wilderness of woods listens? Defargo, what is it? Doctor, I hear it. What is it? Quiet. Something's happening to Defargo. Keep still. I'm going out. No. Let go. Stay where you are. I've got to help Defargo. Will you stay where you are? Will you keep quiet? Listen. Doctor. Quiet. Fire. Fire. Go. Fire. Go. My burning feet. Go. Fire. Go. Fire. Go. My burning feet. Go. My burning feet. My burning feet. He's gone.
What?
Gone. Doctor, listen to me.
What?
Our guide, Dr. Defargo, he's gone. We're alone. What was that, Doctor? What is it that happened? We crept from our tent like terrified children. The gray light of dawn was dropping cold and glimmering between the trees. The lake was white beneath a coating of mist, the islands rising darkly out of it like prowling creatures. Patches of snow glistened among the clearer spaces of the bush. Defargo's tent stood empty, lifeless, and there was nothing but silence. Silence and a strange, penetrating perfume invading the nostrils and taking me by the throat like an unseen hand. There's nothing here at all.
No.
Not a sign of anything.
No.
Only his footsteps. They're in the snow.
Yes.
Far apart. He must have been leaping like a rabbit. What was it, Doctor? What was it?
Something came.
No.
Something came for him. Something called.
Nonsense.
You heard it, Doctor. You know you heard.
I heard nothing. Yes, I heard something. Wind. That's all it was, wind.
Wind? Where did you ever hear a wind like that?
I tell you, it was wind. That and your imagination. Defago carrying on like that, it was enough to make you imagine anything.
Then why did you hold me back?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, Doctor. When I wanted to go out and help Defago, why wouldn't you let me go?
I had reasons. 2 reasons. Yes, 2 good reasons.
What reason?
I knew what that sound was. It was some sort of hurricane. I thought it safest not to move. And I could hear that Defago was going mad. He might have harmed you.
Nothing was disturbed, not a leaf. What kind of a hurricane is that?
How do I know? It probably passed overhead.
Then where is Defago?
Yes. That's the point. We can't get out of this country without him.
We've got to find him and help him.
Defago! Defago! That's no good. He's beyond earshot.
How do you know?
Because we heard him go, shouting all the way. We'll have to follow his trail. Come on.
Doctor, well, we heard him run clear out of range of our hearing.
What about it?
How far would we hear him shouting like that?
I don't know. Half a mile.
But, Doctor, it all took about 15 seconds.
15 seconds?
How fast can a man run?
There's the end of the trail.
No more snow.
Trees are too thick for it here, and of course that's the way he chose to run.
How will we find it?
He must have been tearing himself to pieces rushing through the bush like that. No, this is no use. We'll only lose ourselves.
Without Defago, we're lost anyway. We've got to keep after him.
No, listen to me, Ray.
Defago! That's it.
Now listen, Ray, we'll stop running around like frightened, superstitious women.
And what do we do?
We're going back to camp. We're going to organize ourselves for a systematic search.
You're so rational. You're so ready with explanations. How do you know we'll ever find him?
He can't be far.
How can you explain it all away, Doctor? He's rushing away so fast. The crazy words he was using, that perfume in the air and that sound. You can't explain.
Ray, there's an explanation for everything. We are going to keep our heads, or we'll lose them like Defago. Now, let's get going.
The second time we set out from camp, we took food and matches. Dr. Cathcart carried the new .303 rifle of which he was so proud, and I took a hatchet, blazing the trees as we traveled in a wide sweep in search of Defago's trail.
Hey, come and look. Here it is. We found him. Yes. Those are the tracks of human feet, sure enough. Defago's. Yes. But what's this beside them? Beside them? Yes, look here. Animal tracks. There you have your simple explanation for the whole affair, Ray.
Why? How does that explain anything?
Those big marks have been left by a bull moose. Now I know what happened.
Well?
The wind against it, the moose blundered into camp. It uttered a cry of alarm which we heard in the wind. Defago heard it too in his sleep. Remember the nightmare he was having? Yes. But why did he... He's a superstitious fellow. And that Indian had filled him with stories about the Windigo. He suffered a temporary derangement, perhaps nothing more than panic. And now he's tracking the animal.
Could be.
We have nothing more to fear. Let's take a breather. And a bite of food before we go on.
Oh, you were right. You were right. There is an explanation for everything, Doctor. And if you knew the kinds of explanation that have been going through my mind.
I know. Here. Take a couple of sandwiches.
Thanks, Doctor.
A drop of water there and parched.
Here.
Thanks. The relief.
That's the second time you've mentioned this Windigo thing. What is it, Doctor?
Only nonsense.
You're an Indian legend or something?
Well, about the size of it.
Oh, it's funny the comfort I feel. Sitting on a stone in the middle of nowhere, looking at Defago's footprint.
Telling such a normal story. Not a thrilling movie.
Windigo thing. Did it have something to do with Unqua deserting?
Perhaps.
What sort of a thing is it supposed to be, Doctor?
Well, in this part of the country, when an Indian goes mad, they say he had seen the Windigo.
Oh. The Windigo's a state of mind.
Yes, you could call it that. Does anyone know such thing?
No such thing?
Well, they say out here our state is no man can penetrate. This creature lives there, this Windigo.
Creature?
The Windigo.
Huh?
They say it's a kind of animal. It's a state of mind.
Kind of animal? Doctor, look here now.
What is it?
The moose tracks. He must be a big one.
All right?
Big, round track. Look here. Does this look like a hoof mark to you?
No.
Caribou?
Oh, that would be hoof mark.
Bear?
No, it isn't bear.
Doctor, I think we'd better get moving again.
Yeah.
You loaded it, Doctor.
It's the bear track.
Is it?
What are you doing? Why are you kneeling there?
I thought I smelled something.
You're acting like a fool. Do you want to lose your mind like the Pago?
Well, you think he's gone after all.
No, I told you what that was. Get your nose out of that track. You're out of your mind.
Dr. Cathcart, don't you think we should turn back?
Why do you talk such nonsense?
There's perfume in that track.
Oh. If you let your mind go like that, there's no knowing what you'll imagine next. We've lost enough time. We've got to find the Pago.
We went on mile after mile. I dreaded the essential tapping of the axe on the massive trunk. The sound went before us into the dim forest where something was waiting and listening. The doctor pressed on, faster and furious, like a man who denies something he really believes. And the tracks became increasingly strange and unbelievable.
There's an explanation.
How much did you measure?
18 feet. 18 feet from one step to the next.
Well, let's check back. We must be missing some tracks.
No, there it is in the snow. The Pago took 18-foot leaps.
He'd been lifted and carried.
Lifted and carried by what?
The beast.
That's what they say. They say it carries you along. It comes and calls and carries you along.
Doctor?
Comes and calls to you out of the silence. It's the voice of the bush, the voice of wind and water, and the cries of animals.
Doctor, please.
The perfume of it drenches you, chokes you, sickens you. The perfume of dead and stinking vegetation. And you have to go. It calls you, it carries you, and flushes you away through the bush so your feet burn like fire. That's what he said, didn't he? Feet of fire.
Doctor, don't
It
please.
carries you in a great, screaming leap to your destruction, with your feet burning and the wind bursting the blood vessels behind the eyes. And then you become an animal, a living, dead thing like the thing itself, and it drops you, and you stagger away to die.
Dr. Cathcart, will you stop it, please? This is not right. You remember what you told me. There is an explanation.
Yes, an explanation. Let's look ahead. Check those footprints and the animal skin.
Now, it just may be that our eyes are playing us tricks, or else...
Yes? Yes, Ray. What is it?
Aren't the Fargo's footprints?
What?
We've lost them somehow.
Where did he go? Lost them? How could we lose them?
And they end here, both.
There. You see, we didn't lose them. There are still two sets of tracks.
Where did they go? Up in the air?
There's an explanation.
And those aren't the Fargo's. Look at them. There were two animals here. We've lost the Fargo somewhere back.
No, we haven't. Those are the Fargo's. This is the end of the trail. This is where it left him.
Then where is he?
The Fargo! Don't call him. Don't call him.
The big trees closed in on us like gangsters. I stared around with no power of thought, no judgment. The feet that printed the surface of the snow had come this far, and then nothing. And here were DeFargo's prints, neat round duplications of the strange animal track. The fate that produced them had therefore changed, and my mind reared up with loathing and incredulous bewilderment.
Don't call him. Don't.
Doctor, get hold of
We're
yourself.
going back.
But we have to find
We'll
DeFargo.
never find him.
We'll die in these woods without...
That's better.
Better? Why?
I tell you, we're going back. We have to give it up.
But, Doctor,
We have to
please...
give it up.
Oh, go. All right, then. Let's go back.
Good. If we hurry, we can make the camp by nightfall.
Yes, of course.
We'll have to... We'll have it all explained. You'll see, Ray.
Yes.
Hopelessly lost. If it happens in these woods, even with a man like DeFargo, then there's no chance. We've done everything.
Coming through the woods. It's DeFargo.
No, wait. It's Defargo. Defargo! It isn't Defargo. It is Defargo! You see? No, it isn't Defargo. Yes, not anymore. What do you mean? Keep him away. Keep him away. Doctor, please. Doctor, put down that gun. Keep him away, Doctor. You're not. It's all a lie. Give me that gun. All a lie. Superstition, I defy you. Doctor, control it. All in the mind. You're nothing. Here it comes, and it's nothing. Listen to it come. It comes for me. I'm coming. Oh, the fire. The fire. The fire. Oh, the fire. The fire.
There's Defargo here in the snow. He looks no different, except that he's dead. And I'm alone. I'm wrapped with a wall of silence. The silent snow, the silent forest, the silent wall of wilderness. They all listen. The listening snow, the listening trees. There is something out there in the forest, and they listen for its voice.
The Theater 1030 has presented The Windigo, a tale of the supernatural by George Selverson, based on a story by Algernon Blackwood. In the cast, Robert Christie as Dr. Cathcart, Ed Wilson as Simpson, and Murray Westgate as Defargo. Sound effects were by John Sliz. Technical operation, Robert Burt. This is Bill Lorne speaking.
Our second tale comes from The Hall of Fantasy, a series that aired between 1947 and 1953, known for its psychological edge and eerie storytelling. Its creators, Richard Thorne and Carl Grayson, produced some of the best midnight dread ever recorded for radio. The Shadow People is among their most infamous broadcasts. First aired in 1952, it tells the story of a woman haunted by beings that live between the worlds, creatures that emerge only in darkness. They are the things you see when you close your eyes, the shadows that seem to move when you're certain they shouldn't. Fans still debate whether The Shadow People was inspired by real accounts of shadow being phenomena, reports that continue to this day in paranormal circles. Whether you believe or not, you'll never look at the dark the same way again. Keep the lights low, my friends. This is the Hall of Fantasy with The Shadow People.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Shadow People.
Elaine, have you seen anything else since you spoke to me last?
No, I haven't. Ever since Mother died, nothing's happened.
Well, I only hope that... It came from upstairs. Come on.
You don't
I don't know what to think. I only hope that...
David, if anything's happened to him...
We'll see in a moment.
There's no light in this room.
You wait here, Elaine. Where's the light?
Over to your left. David, what's wrong? Why didn't you leave the light on?
Your father's dead, Elaine.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present The Shadow People. And now for our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Shadow People.
Somewhere along the line of your life, you've met them. You have come in contact with the Shadow People. When did we first discuss it? Oh, yes, Brian and Elaine and I. It was in my apartment. There was only one light on in the entire place. What's wrong? Elaine, what's the matter?
Oh, it's silly, I know, but I thought I saw something in that doorway over there.
Where?
Over there, right over there. Where are you going, David?
Over to that archway, just to let you know that nothing's here. Huh. You see, Elaine, nothing's wrong, nothing at all. Are you satisfied that there's no one else here but us?
Yes, I'm sorry. I just thought that Leave the overhead lights on.
I'm sorry, I thought that...
Put them back on, David, please.
All right, Elaine. Look, what's bothering you, sis?
I don't know. It's just that... I don't know.
Tell us about it, Elaine. Tell us what's bothering you.
You promise that you won't laugh at me?
Of course not.
Brian?
Oh, Elaine, I'm your brother. If something's troubling you, I'd like to know about it.
All right, then. The reason I was so upset was the fact that I saw someone or something standing in that archway.
But, Elaine, David showed you that there was no one else in here. When the lights were put on, you saw for yourself that we were alone.
I'm not talking about something you can see in the light, Brian. I'm not talking about a human being.
Then what's it all about, Elaine?
In the darkness, I saw something that can't be seen in a lighted area. And I've seen it several times before.
You're sure you're not imagining this, Elaine?
Oh, I don't have that good an imagination, Brian.
How long have you seen this thing, Elaine?
Well, it started about 6 weeks ago. You were in Detroit on business, Brian. Mom and Dad were on vacation. I was in the house by myself, in the library. There was only one light on. I sat in the chair beneath it, reading. Several times I thought that something was watching me. I felt there was someone in the room with me, standing right in back of me. Every so often I'd glance back over my shoulder, but there seemed to be nothing there. And then I thought I heard someone whispering. I wasn't sure, but when I heard it again, I got up and I looked all over the house. Oh, I'm not easily frightened, you know that, but out in the hallway, it was almost entirely black. Luckily, I was near a light switch. I looked back over my shoulder, and I saw this huge, hulking shape for the first time. And I heard a voice. Or rather, the whisper of a voice. I couldn't distinguish the words, but that dark shape seemed to be moving towards me. My hand was on the light switch, and I turned it on. In a minute, the light flooded the hallway. The shape was gone. There was nothing there. I was alone again. As long as there's light, I know it can't hurt me. I know it can't reach me.
You might have imagined it, you know.
Of course, that's possible, but I'm sure I didn't. It was so real. So real, that shape in the darkness. It was the very essence of evil itself.
There was an old man I knew of, a Dr. Hasidius. I'd heard that he knew quite a good deal about the supposed supernatural manifestations which had taken place in the world. I went to him to see if he knew anything that might explain the events of the story Elaine had told us.
Yes, my good sir. What do you wish?
I have an appointment with Dr. Hecelius.
Oh, yes. He mentioned something about it. You are Mr. Drake.
Yes.
If you'll come inside.
Thank you.
Dr. Hecelius is in the study. Please come with me. Doctor, a visitor for you.
Oh, yes. Bring him in. You may go now.
Yes, Doctor.
Mr. Drake?
Yes.
Sit down, please, in that chair over there.
Thank you, sir.
Now, what is the nature of your visit to me?
Well, I understand, Dr. Hecelius, that you have a great knowledge of the supernatural manifestations which have occurred on the Earth.
Great knowledge, Mr. Drake? No, hardly that. I have only scratched the surface in my years of study. Perhaps I can help you. Then again, perhaps I cannot.
Well, may I tell you the story?
By all means, my good sir.
All right. Now, this didn't happen to me, Doctor, but to my fiancée. It seems that about 6 weeks ago, when she was alone. But when the light was on, the dark form disappeared. And that's the story, sir. As much of it as I can remember.
I see. It's a strange tale you tell.
I'm fully aware of that, Dr. Hecelius.
You say she seemed to hear whispered voices?
Yes, that's what she says.
I see. A moment, please. I have a book in my file. Oh, yes. Here it is. This is the one. Yes. Perhaps I may be able to help you after all. Let me see. This is a very ancient book, Mr. Drake. I seem to remember... Yes. Here is an account of a happening such as you relate. And we shall live on the earth, and they shall not
see us. Yes, it has been foretold by the ruler of the darkness. They who live by day, retire to sleep by night, shall never know that we walk with them, that we watch them, that we wait for our chance. Only in the night will they see us, for in the daylight we are not seen. Only in the night, when the darkness grows together and the forms of the shadow people are shaped from the blackness, they will know us.
Then they will know that we are their companions, for we are the shadow people. I knew I had read something similar to the story you have told me, Mr. Drake.
Dr. Hecelius, what can we do?
Well, give me a little time. Let me see if I can find any more references to these people of the darkness. One more thing, Mr. Drake. Be sure that your fiancée is never left alone at night. Be sure that there is some living thing, animal or human, which accompanies her every second of the night. For she is in danger, Mr. Drake. A terrible danger.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Shadow People.
That night, the night of the day I had seen Hecelius, Elaine's mother died. She died in her sleep. When she failed to appear for breakfast, Elaine's father went upstairs to see what was wrong. When he entered her room, he discovered that she was dead. The family doctor couldn't explain it, for Elaine's mother had been in perfect health. A few weeks later, I was out at the house spending a weekend with them. I glanced at the clock on the mantel, and it showed 11.
I can't understand why Brian hasn't returned from town.
Well, he said he had some extra work to catch up on. He told me this morning that he might be late.
Well, 11 o'clock, I'm going upstairs. Glad you came out, David. It's good seeing you again.
It's a pleasure to be here, sir.
Well, don't stay up too late. See you both in the morning. Good night.
Night, Dad.
Good night, Mr. Davis.
He isn't the same, David. Ever since Mother died, he hasn't been the same.
I didn't realize that until tonight. He's changed.
I only hope that he'll start living again. Ever since she died, it seems that a part of him died with her.
Elaine, have you seen anything else since you spoke to me last?
No, I haven't. Ever since Mother died, nothing's happened.
Well, I only hope. Came from upstairs. Come on.
You don't think...
I don't know what to think. I only hope...
David, if anything's happened to it...
We'll see in a moment.
There's no light in his room.
You wait here, Elaine. Where's the light?
Over to your left. David, what's wrong? Why didn't you leave the light on?
Your father's dead, Elaine. I'd walked into the darkened bedroom. On the bed was Elaine's father. It didn't take a second look for me to know that he was dead. I switched off the light and walked back into the hallway to tell Elaine what happened. And then from the room there had come an eerie, quiet laughter. In the darkness of that room was some unknown evil power. The voice itself was unearthly. There was no substance to it. It sounded as if it came from the darkness itself.
No. No, I don't believe you.
It's the truth, Elaine. There's nothing more I can do. We'll have to notify the police.
Tell me it's not the truth, David. Tell me it's not true.
I'm sorry, Elaine. I wish I could. Your father's dead. After the burial, Dr. Heselius got in touch with me. He said that he wanted to meet both Elaine and Brian, that he wanted to talk to the three of us. Accordingly, a few nights later, he came out to their house.
Miss Davis, will you tell me just when you saw the first manifestation?
The night Brian was in Detroit.
Now, Miss Davis, you have even seen this apparition in the company of other people, is that correct?
Yes. The night at David's apartment.
All right. Now I'll tell you what I think. You are in deadly danger, Miss Davis. These beings want to claim you. So far, they have had no success. Only in the darkness do they have power. Little by little, step by step, they have been removing the obstacles in their way to reaching you. First your mother, and then your father, Miss Davis. Both died in the same fashion. In the darkness, death struck at them. Now tell me, do you feel their presence here in this room as I talk to you?
Yes.
Turn out the lights, Brian. No. Stand by the switch, if you please, Brian. If anything happens, turn the lights back on.
All right. Dr. Heselius, I don't...
Do you want me to continue working with you?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Brian, turn off the lights.
Yes, Doctor.
The room now is in darkness, Miss Davis. Do you feel or see anything?
No, Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you see anything?
Yes.
Doctor, I don't...
Be quiet, you fool. I know what I'm doing.
In front of me. The darkness gathering together into a huge, terrible...
Not only do you see us, Miss Davis, but everyone else in the room also will see the vague shapes forming themselves in the blackness. We do not want you, Dr. Heselius. The girl we want. We advise you to drop this case. You'll only bring down the wrath of the shadow people upon your head. The girl. We want the girl. Do not stop us. Let us take her now.
Turn on the light.
They're gone.
Miss Davis, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Just as she said. The darkness. I saw it form into something, too.
So did I. What are we going to do, Dr. Heselius?
At the present moment, I don't know. But it's much I do know. You must leave this house immediately. You must try to get out of their reach. I don't know if that is possible. I hope it is. I shall have to return to my home. I must learn if there is some manner by which we can defeat these creatures. For the moment, leave this house. Dispose of it in any manner you may see fit, but leave this house.
Back now to our story. An original tale of fantasy by Richard Thorne entitled The Shadow People.
We spent the night in my apartment, the three of us. The following day, Brian and Elaine made arrangements to dispose of the house. In the afternoon, Dr. Hecelius called me and asked that I come to see him.
David, I'm glad you're here.
Anything new, Doctor?
Yes and no. You realize, of course, that this spiritual manifestation is not new, that it has gone on for centuries.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
It's true, David. De Maupassant wrote what was supposedly a fiction story about the manifestation, David. He called it the Orla. However, according to the information here on my desk, it was taken from an actual case history. Of course, he embroidered the story, added a few touches to something he didn't realize actually existed.
But have you found anything with which we can fight them?
Everything depends upon an answer I received from a colleague of mine in Paris, Dr. Henri Renaud. I dispatched a telegram to him last night.
Why hasn't he answered by now?
There are certain things that must be done. It will take a few days, I'm afraid. We have to wait, David. There's nothing else we can do.
In the next few days, the house was sold, and Brian and Elaine moved into a newer, more modern home a few miles from my apartment. Cecilia said it might take a few days for them to build up their power. I spent the nights at the new house. The lights were left on, and I watched for any unusual occurrence. In the daytime, I'd return to my apartment and get some sleep. About 4 days after Elaine and Brian moved into the new house, I was at home when Hecelius phoned me. Hello?
David?
Yes, Dr. Hecelius?
I hate to tell you this, David.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
They were a step ahead of me, David. I just received word that Renaud died or was killed at the very moment I sent the telegram to him.
Step by step, they had outwitted us. For they had anticipated every move we'd make. Even Dr. Hecelius was at a loss as to what to do. He agreed to meet me at the Davis house.
What did you want to see us about, Dr. Hecelius?
Did you find out anything more?
I'm sorry to say that I haven't. At the moment, I'm at a complete loss. I don't know what to do.
But what did you want to see us about this evening?
Merely to check, to see if anything else has happened. Miss Davis, have you seen or heard anything?
Not in the house, only in my dreams.
Your dreams?
Yes. When I go to sleep at night, in my dreams, in the darkness, I see them.
And it's grown worse, much worse. I was hoping that it would not have progressed so far. There has been no disturbance in this house, but now they disturb your sleep, Miss Davis. Now, you must stay awake for as long as you can. I want the three of you to move into my house. Perhaps that will give you more protection.
That night, we moved over to Hecelius' house. Perhaps Elaine would have more protection there. From there, we might be able to devise some plan of action, some way to beat those beings. For a few days, things were quiet. The shadow people seemed to have withdrawn. For a while, I thought that we might have succeeded in thwarting their purpose. Elaine no longer complained of troubled sleep. But that condition lasted for a few days only. About 10 days later, they made themselves known and felt again. That night, we were in the study, when suddenly Hecelius whirled around and...
Elaine, what are you looking at?
Outside the house. Right where the light leaves off, I see them.
She's right, Dr. Hecelius. I can see them, too. What should we do, Doctor?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
There's nothing we can do.
We can't just...
We can't do anything, Brian. Don't you understand that they have us at their mercy? The greatest man in my field was Henri Renaud. If he could do nothing against them, what do you think we can do?
He's right, Brian. There's nothing we can do.
As long as the house remains lighted, just so long will they remain outside. If the lights were...
That sounds...
When my father was killed. The same sound. We heard the same sound.
The lights. What's happened to the lights, all right?
No.
Be quiet, please. I thought of this emergency.
A candle.
That's right, Miss Davis. As long as this burns, this one candle will be safe. For they cannot advance into the light. They are limited by the darkness. As long as the candle burns, they will have to remain outside of this room.
Around you, in every of the house. In the darkness outside, we are around you. This time you shall not escape. This time we will claim you.
Take it easy, Brian.
I can't stand it. I'm getting out of here.
Brian, come back.
Don't be a fool. I'm going after him.
Stay here.
We just can't let him
He
go.
won't have a chance. I doubt it. Miss Davis, I'm afraid that your brother is dead.
The wind, Doctor. Listen to the wind.
I know.
Yes, Doctor. Listen to the wind. You must realize by now that the three of you haven't a chance. You must know in your minds that we can destroy you at any moment we desire. But, Dr. Hecelius, you may still save your own life. Let the others go. Give them to us.
No. No, you will have to take all of us.
Shall we destroy your light? Shall we move in on you now?
As you will. Do as you will. Sorry, David. The candle is out.
In the darkness. The figures in the darkness. We warned you, Hecelius. You and the others are dead now. And we shall live on the earth. And man in the day shall not see us. They will know that we wait for our chance. That we walk with them. Only in the night, when the darkness grows together, and the forms of the shadow people are shaped from the blackness, will they see us. Then they will know that we are their companions. Look next to you. There, in the shadows.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew, too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
Next, we enter the world of Suspense, one of radio's longest-running anthology shows, famous for its high production values and top-tier Hollywood talent. Originally written by H.P. Lovecraft in 1929, the Dunwich Horror is a cornerstone of cosmic horror. It's the story of the Wadley family and the monstrous secret they harbor in the back hills of rural Massachusetts. The radio adaptation, which first aired in 1945, featured none other than Ronald Colman and was among the first to bring Lovecraft's ancient gods to a mainstream audience. The original production was notable for its cutting-edge sound effects, echoing chants, unearthly growls, and a climax so intense that some stations reportedly received complaints from terrified listeners. So if you think you're ready for an encounter with things best left unspoken, hold tight. Suspense presents H.P. Lovecraft's The Dunwich Horror.
Coleman, a star of the Dunwich Horror, a suspense play produced, edited, and directed by William Spear. Come in, Dunwich, Massachusetts. Come in, Dunwich.
Good evening. This is Henry Armitage. I'm speaking to you... Dr. Rice, please close the window. I'm speaking to you from my laboratory on the slopes of Sentinel Hill near Dunwich, Massachusetts. Present with me is Dr. Warren Rice, my distinguished colleague from Miskatonic University. We are now about 100 yards from the summit of the hill, which is crowned by a huge table-like stone set in the center of a circle of stone pillars, a place of prehistoric worship. A moment ago, you may have heard the dogs of Dunwich Township barking, as we have heard them for 3 days and 3 nights. Dr. Rice and I know the horror which their barking portends, but the purpose of this broadcast is to make this unbelievable horror believable to you. I hope for your sakes and ours we are successful tonight. It is the eve of All Hallows. Tomorrow will be too late. Our time tonight is very short, so I'll speak only of those more recent events which, believe me, may culminate at any moment in a climax too frightful to wholly contemplate. I will begin with the birth of Wilbur Whately. It was the night of February the 2nd, 1921, Candlemas. Toward dawn, when Lavinia Whately, a deformed albino woman about 35 years old, gave birth to her dark, goatish-looking son in the crumbling Whately farmhouse northeast of the village. No one attended her. No doctor or midwife. No one was with her, except her aged, half-insane father, who was known as Wizard Whately. So Wilbur came into this world under heaven knows what incantations, what appeals to what powers. A week later, Wizard Whately drove his sleigh into Dunwich Village and reported the event to a group of loungers in Osborne's general store.
Hey, your grandson got yellow hair like Lavinia, Wizard?
No, takes after his father more. He's dark.
You never spoke of who his father might be now, did you?
Oh, you know his father when the time comes. Oh, Lavinia's read and seen some things the most of you only talk about. Calculate her husband's as good as you can find this side of Aylesbury.
Well, we don't be nosy, Wizard.
Maybe it wasn't no church that none of you heard of. But you wouldn't ask no better church wedding than Lavinia's.
Well, I didn't hear tell of no wedding, Wizard. When was that?
Oh, not a wedding you'd hear of, Corey. Not a husband you'd hear of, neither. But let me tell you something. Someday you folks will hear a child of Lavinia's calling its father's name on top of Sentinel Hill.
Prophecy? Or idle boasting by an insane old man? Now, I know I ask a great deal when I ask you to believe that the arrival of an infant into that house of dire poverty and squalor could possibly constitute a horror and a threat to all our known world. Yet it has an earthly history. Perhaps through this history, you will be able to give it credence. Wilbur Whately's growth was uncanny. But even if he had been an average child, he would have become, in time, an unnatural being, for he was surrounded from the first by the most malign influences. There was his grandfather, old Whately, Wizard Whately, who each Halloween climbed Sentinel Hill to the great circle of stone, and while the hills shook, stood holding a great book open on his arm and shrieked into the wind. Shrieked.
Lord,
Yog-Sothoth. That dreadful name, first mentioned in the hideous forbidden book, the Necronomicon. And this wizard Whately was Wilbur's teacher. The villagers began to notice curious things that were going on at the Whately farmhouse. Soon after Wilbur was born, old Whately began to remodel the house. The abandoned upper story was restored, and all the windows were tightly boarded up. And then, Wizard began to buy cattle in large numbers, both horses and cows. Yet the livestock on the farm didn't seem to increase. Young Lem Brown was one day curious enough to creep close to the house to count the Whately herd.
Dr. Armitage, there wasn't more than 12 cows, and them sick. Looked like they had the blight and funny wounds on them, like cuts. I heard something, too, in the top part of Wizard's house. Something like water slapping inside, only big like a sea.
One other person went to the Whately farm in the years before I met Wilbur, Dr. Ken Houghton of Aylesbury, who was called by Wilbur himself, who said that his grandfather was dying. Dr. Houghton found the old man in a bedroom on the ground floor, and Wilbur with him. While outside the window, a legion of whippoorwills cried loudly and rhythmically, endlessly. Wilbur spoke about the sound.
Listen, he's whistling time with his breathing now. They're ready. Listen, Doctor. They know his soul's going out. They're waiting.
Yes, Wilbur, that's an interesting superstition. Late in the year for them, too.
When he goes, if they catch him, they'll keep laughing till break of day. If they don't catch him, they'll quiet down.
You mean you believe that... Just a minute. I think he's conscious.
Yes, the birds changed when his breathing changed. Like
Willie,
I say.
Willie!
I'm here.
More space, Willie. Remember, more space soon.
Yes, I'll build it.
You grows, but that grows faster. It'll be ready to serve you soon, Willie.
I know.
But remember, when it's time, you open up the gates to Yog-Sothoth with the long chant, the one on page 751 of the book. But mind you, feed it enough, because if it gets out before you opens to Yog-Sothoth, it's all over. It's no use.
He's going now. He's dead, Wilbur.
Listen. The birds, they didn't get him. Yes, he's free. He's gone.
It was the winter following Wizard Whately's death that I first met Wilbur. He came in person to the library at Miskatonic University to consult a copy of the hideous Necronomicon, which was kept there in its Latin version, as printed in Spain in the 17th century. I tell you, when he came into my office, I was appalled at his appearance. 8 feet tall, shabby, dirty, bearded. But I was even more appalled by his voice when he spoke to me.
I wrote you a letter a month past, Doctor. I wanted a loan of the book.
Well, that's a book that's never loaned from this library. I doubt if it is from any library.
Well, I have to see it then.
Oh, very well. It's kept right here. As you know, there are only 3 copies of this book in existence. That's why we're careful. Here, you can look at it on this table.
Wizard said it would be on page 751.
What? What is it you're looking for?
The formula, the long chant. The one that opens the gate to Yog-Sothoth.
I felt a wave of fright as tangible as a draft from the tomb. It seemed somehow Like the spawn of another dimension. Like something only partly of mankind. Linked to black gulfs beyond all spheres of force and matter, space and time. And presently he raised his head and spoke again.
It's here, all right, but I'll have to have a copy.
That paragraph there? I don't know.
You know Latin, Doctor?
Yes, certainly.
Then read it, Doctor. Let's hear how you make it out.
All right, that shouldn't be difficult. Let's see. Nor is it to be thought that man is the oldest or the last of Earth's masters. The old ones were, and the old ones shall be. Not in the spaces that we know, but between them. But only Yog-Sothoth knows the gates. Yog-Sothoth is the gate to where the old ones broke through of old. Their hands are at your throats, yet ye see them not.
Dr. Armitage, you see, I reckon I've got to take that book home. There's things in it I've got to try, and you can't hold me up.
No, I'm sorry.
I tell you, Doctor, I'll have the book sooner or later, no matter what. You see, that's waiting for me at home won't wait much longer.
It was a week later that I was awakened suddenly by the fierce yelping of the great watchdog on the campus, followed by a sound from a wholly different throat, a scream. And I knew instantly that Wilbur had come back for the Necronomicon. I hastened into my clothes and rushed across to the library where a crowd had gathered before the smashed window of my office. Inside, there was a fearful groaning and growling, and some instinct warned me that what was taking place there was not for unfortified eyes to see. I brushed back the crowd, motioning only to Professor Rice to come in with me. When we opened the study door, Professor Rice screamed.
No, Dr. Armitage, no, I can't.
Come, close the door. I can't let them see. He's alive, but Lord, what a job that dog's done. Torn him to bits. Oh, it's a horrible sound, that moaning. Suppose we ought to call a doctor?
A doctor? A doctor for that? No doctor in the world would know what to do for that. Look, Armitage, it's not human, nor animal. Where did it come from? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what it is?
No, I couldn't tell what Wilbur Whately was. The thing that lay half bent on its side in a pool of greenish-yellow stickiness was 9 feet tall. And the dog had torn off all the clothing and some of the skin. It was partly human, beyond a doubt, with very man-like hands and head, but the torso and lower parts of the body were fabulous. Its chest had the leathery hide of a crocodile or alligator. But below the waistline, the skin was covered with coarse black fur. And from the abdomen, long greenish-gray tentacles. The limbs terminated in ridgy-veined pads that were neither hooves nor claws. And as Dr. Rice and I stood staring at this presence, the whippoorwills began to cry in unison outside the study window. And then the thing on the floor roused and mumbled.
God. Yog-Sothoth.
Armitage, in heaven's name.
Listen. The whippoorwills. Listen. Yes, he's dead now. Look, Rice. Look what's happening.
He's disintegrating.
Of course. Fast, too. Fading away. Because he isn't made of matter as we know it on Earth. I guess he took after his father. So there'll be nothing left.
His father? What was his father?
I daren't think. I thought then that what came into our world with Wilbur Whately left with him. I forgot what he himself had told me of it, which was waiting in the sealed house Wizard Whately had built, where the cattle were driven to disappear. But Wilbur Whately left a diary, written in a strange alphabet resembling Sanskrit. And I worked off and on for weeks to decipher it. And finally, I read the following passage written by Wilbur when he was no more than 8 years old.
That upstairs is more ahead of me than I had thought it would be, and is not like to have much earth brain. I can see it a little when I make the sign or blow the powder of Ibengatse at it, and it is like them I see Halloween on the hill. I wonder how I shall look when the earth is cleared and there are no earth beings. Maybe like that upstairs looks, which has no body, even fed with all the blood.
Toward morning, in a cold sweat of terror, I called Dr. Rice to my house and told him we have to destroy what's in that farmhouse.
Why can't we just leave the thing locked up there? The house is boarded tight.
Yes, but you think boards will hold it? Don't you realize, man, it hasn't been fed? It hasn't had blood since the 18th of September, when Wilbur Whately came here to die. We left for Dunwich that night, and we've been here on Sentinel Hill ever since, working desperately to discover the formula in time. But a week ago tonight, shortly after dawn... Yeah, hello?
Dr. Armitage, this is Lem Brown. I was just up beyond the glen, Doctor, looking for cows I lost last night.
Yes, Lem?
Well, Doctor, something's been there. Smells like thunder, and there's prints in the road. Great round prints, big as barrel heads, like a elephant has been along.
Anything else, Lem?
That's all I see. Except bushes and trees pushed back from the road, like a house was drug along.
Oh. Did you hear anything?
Yes, long toward morning, I heard a sound over toward Whately's place, a kind of ripping or tearing of wood, like a big box was being opened up. Chansey, you heard it too.
Lem, who lives nearest the Whately farm?
Why, that'd be Elmer Price's place.
Well, he's on this line too, isn't he? Hang on and I'll ring him.
Yes, Dr. Armitage, this is Central.
I'm trying to get Elmer Fry, Central.
Doctor, he must be out somewheres, and his whole family. I was ringing there an hour ago. Earl Sawyer saw Elmer's cows stampeding in Cold Spring Glen.
Oh, you didn't get him, All right. But if you hear or see anything more, let me know. I'll be here working all day. Rice! Oh, wake up. It's loose. It's out of the house. One family gone already. We have to work. Pray God we find that formula in time. A week since it broke loose. A week of terror and panic here in Dunwich Township. Each night it moves about the countryside, leaving the trees crushed in a 30-foot swathe, as though by a moving mountain, leaving its monstrous tracks and a trail of tarry stickiness, leaving crushed and gutted farmhouses and whole herds of cattle drained of blood. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the story to this moment. And tonight is Halloween. Tonight we are here to... Just one moment, please. Dr. Rice, did you hear something?
With the window closed, no.
Well, we'll throw it open. I thought so. Listen. The sound from 1,000 bending trees. A sound like the sea moving across a forest. Yes, it's coming here, of course. All Hallows, it comes to Sentinel Hill. Dr. Rice, I'll try the formula and the powder from the altar stone. I want you to stay here at the microphone and report what you see.
Very well, Dr. Armitage.
Oh, wait a minute before I go. To any scientists who may be listening to me, if I fail, There is a possible alternative formula in Falconer's Mystical Formulae of the Middle Ages on page 24. Listen. Well, there are the whippoorwills. I better get out there. Take over, Dr. Wright.
Yes. I'll do as well as I can, Armitage. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Armitage is climbing to the top of the hill, to the altar stone. I can see him plainly, for the moon is high and the night clear. Down the hill, toward the dark village, I can see the grasses and shrubbery bending down, marking the monster's ascent. It moves quite fast, and I feel a proximity to phases of being utterly forbidden. Now, Dr. Armitage stands now on the altar stone and is holding the powder which, if the books are correct, will make this thing for an instant visible. It is quite close to him now, perhaps 20 yards or less. He lifts his hands, he flings the powder in a wide arc. I can see... Oh, no! No!
Dr. Rice. Come in, Dunwich. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your suspense announcer. Due to conditions... Oh, just a moment, please. One moment, please. Dr. Rice, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, for a moment I was overcome when I saw... Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps you can hear now the incantation of Dr. Armitage. Listen. The whippoorwills mean death. And Dr. Armitage is walking back here now. So we know that whatever it was, it is gone. It is dead. We can be thankful indeed. You see, I saw Dr. Armitage.
Yes. Did you see it, Dr. Wright?
I saw it, Lord, yes.
What did it look like to you?
It looked
here
like something made of squirming ropes, but bigger than a barn and shaped, well, like an egg, and dozens of legs, like barrels that half closed when it stepped, and nothing solid about it, and at least 15 or 20 mouths or trunks opening and closing, but what was it?
Oh, a kind of force. The kind of force that doesn't belong in our part of space. Did you notice the half face on top?
Half face, like a human face.
Yes, very large, but yes, quite human. And quite like Wilbur's, like all the Whateleys.
Then it was...
That's right. It was Wilbur's twin brother. And you saw what 3 weeks' growth had done. And it was the child of Lavinia's who called its father's name on Sentinel Hill, as Wizard Whately prophesied. You heard it calling, Yog Sotho. Ladies and gentlemen, this night is over. It is All Saints' Day. May heaven bless us all.
The Dunwich Horror, with Ronald Colman as your star of Suspense. This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
And now, we close our night of terror with perhaps the most beloved of all classic radio horror tales, Three Skeleton Key, from the legendary series Escape. This story was adapted from a 1937 French tale by Georges G. Touzeau and became a radio staple for decades. The version you'll hear tonight stars the incomparable Vincent Price, master of the macabre, in one of his most unforgettable performances. The story follows 3 lighthouse keepers trapped on a desolate island when a derelict ship crashes onto the docks, bringing with it a horde of thousands of ravenous rats. What follows is a claustrophobic nightmare of survival and madness, made all the more terrifying by Price's chilling narration. Escape was famous for its immersive soundscapes, and 3 Skeleton Key remains a masterpiece of audio horror. Close your eyes, and you'll swear you can hear the sea pounding against the rocks and the tiny scratching of teeth against the glass. So brace yourself for 3 Skeleton Key, starring Vincent Price.
Tired of the everyday routine? Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure? Want to get away from it all?
We offer you Escape! Escape, designed to free you from the 4 walls of today for a half hour of high adventure.
Tonight, we escape to a lonely lighthouse off the steaming jungle coast of French Guiana and a nightmare world of terror and violence as we bring you again, in response to hundreds of requests, 3 Skeleton Key, starring Vincent Price.
Picture this place. A gray tapering cylinder welded by iron rods and concrete to the key itself. A bare black rock, 150 feet long, maybe 40 wide. That's at low tide. At high tide, just the lighthouse, rising 110 feet straight up out of the ocean. And all about it, the churning water, gray-green, scum-dappled, warm as soup, and swarming with gigantic bat-like devilfish, great violet schools of Portuguese man-o'-war, and yes, sharks, the big ones, the 15-footers. And as if this weren't enough, there was a hot, dank, rotten-smelling wind that came at us day and night off the jungle swamps of the mainland. A wind that smelled like death. A wind that had smelled the slow and frightful death that came one night to this bare black rock. Set in the base of the light was a watertight bronze door, and in you went, and up. Yes, up and round, past the tanks of oil and the coils of rope, casks of wicks, racks of lanterns, sacks of spuds and cartons and cans, and up, round and round. Over the light storeroom was the food storeroom, and over the food storeroom was the bunk room where the 3 of us slept. And over the bunk room was the living and cooking room, and over the living and cooking room was the light. She was a beauty, big steel and bronze baby with the sun gleaming through the glass walls all about, bouncing blinding little beams off the big shining reflectors, glittering and refracting through her lenses, the whole gigantic bulk of her balanced like a ballerina on the glistening steel axle of her rotary mechanism. She was a sweetheart of a light. And at night she'd lie there on the stone deck of the gallery with her revolving smoothly and quietly over your head, easing her bright white eye 360 degrees around the horizon. You'd lie there watching to see that the feeders kept working, that everything ran right. And it wouldn't be bad, the other 2 fellows snoring in their sacks 2 levels down. You'd smoke your pipe to kill the stink of the wind, and it wouldn't be bad. About those other 2, Louis and Auguste. What a pair. Louis, he was head man, was a big fellow from the Basque country, black beard, little hard black eyes, and a pair of arms that I tell you, those arms were as big around as my legs. Yes, head man he was, and what word he let go was law. A silent fellow, and although I spent my first 2 weeks trying to strike up a real conversation, the most I could ever get out of him was...
John, I took up this profession because I don't like people. They want to talk too much. It's quiet work, light tending. Let's keep it that way. You're getting to be as bad as August. I thought maybe for once they'd send me somebody who
That
could keep
was
his
Louis.
mouth shut.
And when he accused me of becoming like August, I quieted down, because August was the talkingest man I'd ever met. The talkingest and the ugliest. He was hunchbacked, stood 4 feet high, had red hair and big blue eyes. It seems he'd been an actor in Paris.
Yes, indeed. Played in over 200 different productions, dear boy, at the Grand Guignol. Oh, but it was monstrous horrible, the way we used to scare the audiences. I was hated. Yes, they used to throw things and hiss and bare their teeth at me. Finally, it got too bad. I couldn't stand it any longer. I gave up the theater. My nerves, you understand. Yes, gave it up completely. I really did. Couldn't stand it any longer.
It all started one morning at 2:30. I was on watch, lying on the cool stone deck, pulling on my pipe, staring out at the blackness, the phosphorescent combers, and the big yellow stars, when out of the corner of my eye I noticed something show up for a second, something the light had touched, far off. I waited for her to come around again, and when she did, there it was. Three-master, a big one, about a half-mile off and coming down out of the north-northwest, coming straight for us. You must understand, our light was where it was for a very good reason. Dangerous submerged reefs surrounded us and ships kept clear. But this one, this sailing vessel, was coming straight on. I went over to the gallery door and yelled, "Louis! Louis!" Couldn't understand it. I waited for the light to come around again.
What is it?
Ship headed for the reefs!
Hurry right up!
I had the glasses out now. I couldn't read her name, but I could see her quite plainly. All sails set, the foam creaming away under her bow, her beautiful lines. A Dutch ship, I guessed her. But why didn't she turn? Every time it passed, our light hit her with the glare of day.
Ship? Where?
North-northwest. The light will touch her in a moment.
Can't they see?
Look at her. She just keeps coming on.
Yeah, the squarehead.
What is it? What is it?
Watch north-northwest.
I know what it is.
Huh? What?
The Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman. We did a play about her once. Oh, what a performance. You ghastly galleon, hag-ridden, curse-striven, must on.
Shut up, will you? She's luffing.
Yes.
Sloppy way to come about. She's derelict, that's it.
Derelict?
Abandoned. The crew left her for some reason or other. But instead of sinking, she's gone on, running before every wind.
She'll not run long. Not with these reefs to break her up.
A beautiful ship. Now, why would men leave a beautiful ship like that?
She didn't ram us, although we all expected it. But as we waited for the crash, she luffed again, caught some odd gust, and went about. We watched her the rest of those black hours, heeling and rocking, pushed and pulled by every stray wind, every freak current. Watched her until the dawn came, till the sea turned from black to a pearly gray. And on she came again, heading for us. We all had our glasses trained on her now.
August, you can kill the light.
Right, Chief?
She doesn't look so good by daylight. Think she'll ground this time?
What?
I say, do you think she'll ground this time?
Huh? This is impossible. Absolutely impossible.
What?
Here, take my glasses. They're better than yours.
All right. What is it you're... I had to focus, and then my breath froze in my throat. The decks were swarming with a dark brown carpet that looked like a gigantic fungus, but undulating. And on the masts and yards, the guys and all were hundreds, no thousands, I don't know, an endless number of enormous rats.
see them?
Yes, I see them.
Now we know why she's derelict.
Yes, now we know.
What are you two doing? Here, give me a look.
Yes, give him the glasses. Take a good look, chatterbox. Give you something to talk about.
She's still heading for us.
Yes.
She's going to turn. She'd better turn soon.
Suppose she doesn't.
You mean suppose she piles up on the key?
It's low tide.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Where's all the conversation, August, huh? Here, want the glasses again? Want another look?
No.
She's still coming on.
Go away! Go away!
Turn, will you? Turn, I say, I pray you, turn!
She's climbing up.
The rats! Look! On the water! Like a carpet!
They're swimming.
Sure, they're swimming. Those are ship's rats.
But they're swimming for the rocks.
The door below! It's open!
Come on. Down we went, racing down the stone stairs, taking them 3 and 4 at a time. Scared? You bet we were scared.
August, you get the windows. Maybe they can climb. We don't know.
Right, Chief. But hurry! Hurry!
Look. See them?
No. Oh, yes, I do. Up at the other end of the rock.
Look at them.
Millions.
They smell us. Here they come. Close the door.
Can't. It's stuck.
Here. Let me.
Oh, move. You move.
Heave.
Made it.
Holy. That was close.
One guy in. Look, there.
Get him!
Watch him. He's kicking. He was as big as a tomcat, bigger. And his eyes were wild and red, his teeth long and sharp and yellow. He went for us, starving, ravenous, and we fought him, fought that one rat all over the room. It was, oh, believe me, I do not exaggerate, it was like fighting a panther.
Got him.
We better get aloft. As we ran up the winding staircase, we passed the tiny windows of the various levels, and at every one was a thick, wriggling, screaming curtain of brown fur. I was ahead of Louis, and I dreaded each successive level. Suppose they had found a way in.
Look at them! Will you look at them?
It's a nightmare.
Will you look at them?
The air of the gallery was thick and fetid with the stink of them. The light was dim, brown, filtered through the crawling mass that swarmed over the glass all about us. We could not see the sky. Nothing but them. Their red eyes, their claws, their wriggling, hairy snouts, and their teeth. The rats. They screamed and howled and threw themselves against the glass. They were starving. And we three, we stood very quietly. Oh, very quietly in the center of the glass room under our beautiful light. And we waited.
What can we do? What can we do, Chief?
Take it easy, old man. Take it easy.
I just can't.
It won't do any. Won't do any good to stand here and shake.
That's right. Anybody want a cigarette?
Yes, I have one, thank you.
Good boy. We've got to keep calm about this thing. Here's a light.
They don't like the fire, do they?
Guess not.
Give me another match. You don't like that much, do you? I say?
Don't rile them, August.
Give me some more matches. I'll strike them and strike them and strike them until they get scared and go away.
They won't go away. Not until...
Finish it, Chief. Not until what?
Not until they've been fed.
You can take just so much horror and then you get used to it. And they were interesting to watch, you know. They couldn't understand the glass. They could see us and they could rush at us, but that thin, invisible barrier held them off, stopped them. From time to time, we caught a glimpse of the rocks below. More rats down there, swarming brown velvet in the bright tropical sunlight. And then the tide began to rise. If only it had drowned some of them.
Ship's rats don't drown. No, sir, you cannot drown one of them. They're all climbing up the tower.
This bunch around us is getting thicker.
Say, what's the time?
6:15.
You've got first watch, John.
Right.
Wake me at 10.
I will.
Come along, August.
It was getting dark. One side of the room was lit a soft, filtered red. Sunset through the rats. Oh, very pretty. I set the wicks, checked my fuel, and then lit the lamps. It caught them. Lit them in their gigantic wriggling web of pale, hairless bellies, twitching red tails, bright eyes. Then I started the rotary motor. The light drove them mad as she swung slowly and smoothly about. She blinded them in the fierce, stabbing bar of light, moving continually about, ever turning, ever touching, ever moving around and around, and they twitching and shuddering, eyes flaming when they were struck by the light. The bright light moving, and behind on the dark side of the room, so close, I dared not turn my back, but you cannot help turning your back when you're in a room made of glass. On the dark side of the room, you could not see them, but only their eyes. Thousands of points of blank red light, blinking and twinkling like the stars of hell. Louis relieved me at 10, but I didn't get much sleep that night, and when I came up into the gallery early next morning, there stood August, his back to me. He was bowing to the rats, waving his arms and making a speech.
I am going to play once again that magnificent role which made me the toast of the Paris theatre. ParaReality, the evil genius of the medieval underworld. I am he who did guide the dark soul of the Maréchal into the nether paths. Do not be frightened, little children. I will not hurt you.
I stood staring at him, horror-struck, but he didn't notice me. The man had gone mad. He kept turning, telling his stories to all the rats, leaving no one out. August! August!
Another one. A latecomer. Take a seat on the aisle, dear patron.
August,
move over there.
Stop it!
Let the gentleman be
But
seated.
he didn't stop.
Come.
He went on, bowing and scraping to the rats, his big blue eyes rolling and winking, his wild red hair waving about him. I grabbed him by the arms and slapped his face. He looked at me like a child. And then his face screwed up. He looked as though he were about to cry. Go below, go on.
Oh, very well then. Later, my dear audience, later. Matinee today.
Sure, he was crazy. But I guess we all were. A few hours later, he came back up and caught Louis and me teasing the rats. Yes, sounds horrible. It was fun. We could get right up against the glass and make faces at them. It drove them crazy. They would scratch away trying to get at our eyes. Louis was even cuter about it. He'd pull a piece of bread out of his pocket and press it against the glass. The rats would scramble into a solid ball, biting each other, clustering like grapes. From time to time, a whole knot of them would slip and fall 110 feet to the surf below.
Look at the sharks!
They're eating them.
The sharks are our friends. Here, I'll get another bunch together. Here, my beauties. That's it. Pile up. Kill each other. There they go!
Auguste joined in, too. Oh, very ingenious Auguste. He learned that if he spread-eagled himself against the glass, they'd bunch and bundle against his figure. Then he'd leap back.
Look! My portrait in rats!
It went on all day, and then I was lying in bed. It was about midnight. I was very tired, and I was just beginning to fall off to sleep when I became conscious of a new sound. Couldn't figure it at first. I got up, lit the lamp, and went to the window. Even as I looked at it, I saw one of the panes begin to sag in. They had eaten the wood away. Louis, come quick!
What? What is it?
They found a way in. I held the glass with my hand. Now they were all going crazy, and assured of the success of this maneuver, were all nibbling away at the wood. Louis ran below and then returned with a large sheet of tin. We spread it against the window and hammered it into place. Even as we did so, we felt the heavy bodies thudding against the other side as the window gave way.
That ought to hold. If it doesn't, we're done for.
Rats can't eat tin.
No, they can't. What was that?
I don't know.
It came from below.
The storeroom window.
They're in. They're swarming up the stairs.
Drop the trap.
Right.
Two of them got in.
Let's go after them.
We didn't have to go after them. They came at us. I leaped to one side and grabbed a marlin spike, swung, and smashed one in midair.
No!
I whirled to see Louis with the other. It had ripped his hand open, and the blood was pouring all over the place. He held his hand aloft and kicked at the snarling rat. I stepped and swung and got him.
My hand! He got my hand!
That's both of them, Louis. I'll get you something to tie that up.
Blood! Look at it! My blood! I'm bleeding!
Now, don't worry about it, Louis. Here, look. I'll wind this kerchief around it. It'll be okay.
Blood!
There, now. It's not bad, just the flesh. And then I became conscious of another new sound. They were gnawing their way through the wooden trap door. I watched the wood fascinated. And even as I did, it began to give way, and a bristling, whiskery nose showed through. Louis, we've got to go up. Next level was the living quarters and kitchen. I slammed the trap door there, too, but it, too, was wood.
My blood. What are we going to do?
I don't know. We'll be through this one in a moment.
The gallery. The trap door in the gallery is metal.
Good. Come on. We made it. We lay across the trap door exhausted, while below us the rats took over the entire tower. I could hear them howling and fighting over our food supply, our water, our leather. And all about us, the others screamed and glared in at us, swayed in a tangled mass, hypnotized by the ever-turning light. By morning, the air in the little room was horrible. Until now, we'd been getting air from the tower below. Now that was sealed off, and so was all our food and water. We lay exhausted, panting, waiting. And the hours crawled on. I was almost dozing from fatigue when I saw a sight that brought me too fast.
Would you like to come in, my beauties? Would you? I hold the powers of life and death, and I can let you in, you know.
August was standing by the glass, and in one hand he held a wrench. He was tapping the glass gently, not quite hard enough to break it. I eased myself to my feet and slowly, very slowly, tiptoed toward him.
All I have to do is tap just a little harder, and
I found a coil of wire in the toolkit, and I trussed him up, fastened him to a stanchion in the center of the room. Louis was of no help. He lay on his side, looking at his bloody hand, weak and sick as a baby. So there I was, a lunatic and a coward for company, and all about watching our little drama, the rats. The day dragged by. The supply boat wasn't due for another 12 days. I don't know what they could have done if they had come. We had only one way of summoning them, and that was to shoot off distress rockets, but the rockets were 4 floors below. And even if they'd been right there in the gallery, I couldn't have opened a window to fire them. That night I tended the light, but its flame was devouring our oxygen. The following day we lay, thirst-tormented, starving, waiting, and the following night I again tended the light, but the small supply of spare wicking we kept in the gallery had become exhausted, and quite suddenly, about midnight, the light went out. There's nothing I could do. Wicks were stored 3 levels below. Nothing I could do. Nothing. From time to time, I'd strike a match to see the clock. And when I did, it lit up the million red eyes about us. All about us. Watching. Waiting. Below, it had grown quiet. They'd cleaned us out, and now they, too, were waiting. All waiting. And then the rats, quite suddenly, were silent. And then I heard it. And then I saw the sky and the stars. The rats were gone. I went to the glass. Out there on the water, a small freighter, a banana boat, showing a few lights, came softly and innocently at us. The light was out. They didn't know. I wanted to open the windows, to call out to them, to warn them somehow, but I was afraid. What if the rats were hiding from me, tricking me? So I waited. She grounded very softly on a reef not 200 yards from the quay. Grounded so gently that the man playing the cornet, was he a passenger or crewman off watch, didn't even stop playing. They tried washing her back off. I could have told them to save their fuel. The tide was rising, would have floated her free. And I waited. That's all. That's the story. The sun came up and there wasn't a rat on the whole quay. Every last one of that terrible army had left us, gone back to sea on their new ship. Auguste, insane asylum, he never recovered. And Louis, they took him into Cayenne where he died of blood poisoning from his bite. Oh, yes. Well, that's the whole of it. And if you'll excuse me now, I must go set my traps. No, mouse traps. No rats in this lighthouse, I should say not. Life in the lights isn't bad, but sometimes when I see a strange vessel approaching, I get a little nervous, sure. Somewhere on the seas, there's a little banana boat without a crew. That is, without a human crew.
Escape is produced and directed by William N. Robeson. Tonight we have presented Three Skeleton Key by George Tadouz, adapted for radio by James Poe and starring Vincent Price as Jean. Supporting Mr. Price were Harry Bartell as August and Jeff Corey as Louis. Sound effects on Three Skeleton Key, created by Cliff Thorsness and executed today by Mr. Thorsness, Gus Bays, and Jack Sixsmith, have been awarded the Best of the Year by Radio and Television Life magazine. Harry Essman was at the control panel, and special music was arranged and conducted by Del Castillo. Next week...
You are swimming for your life in the dangerous waters off the Florida Gulf Coast, about to be smashed by a launch carrying a vicious criminal who must kill you or die himself. And on shore 500 yards away, the police are waiting to arrest you for murder, and there can be no escape.
Next week, we escape with an exciting tale of temptation and death on the Gulf Coast of Florida, as John and Gwen Bagney tell it in Danger at Matagumba. Goodbye, then, until the same time next week when once again we offer you Escape. A patch of weeds, a boxer's biography, and a mild, lukewarm bath. They're all clues that lead the police of Jackson, Michigan to a killer in the gangbuster story on CBS this Saturday night. It's the case of the double push, to be heard on most of these same CBS stations this Saturday night. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
And there you have it. 4 tales from the dark heart of radio's golden age. The ghosts of sound resurrected for one more night under the watchful moon of Halloween. It's amazing, isn't it? Decades later, these old recordings still have the power to unsettle, to stir that same primal fear we all feel when the lights go out and the wind whispers our name. There's something timeless about stories told through nothing but voice and imagination. Proof that sometimes the scariest monsters aren't on the screen. They're in your mind. I hope you enjoyed this little seance with the past. If you did, make sure to share the Halloween spirit. Tell your friends about ParaReality. Leave a rate and review, and keep your quote-unquote dials tuned right here for more journeys into the unknown. Hey guys, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a story, a question, or a topic you'd like me to cover? Well, you can reach me directly by email at sandman@parareality.com, or for a more personal touch, call the Secret Bunker at 615-492-4364 and leave a message. Just know that by calling, you're giving me permission to feature your voice on the podcast. That number to call once again is 615-492-4364. You want to stay up to date with all things ParaReality? You can follow me on all the major social platforms. I'm at sandman.parareality on Facebook, and you can find me on X, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok by searching for @ParaRealRadio. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, ParaReality1. That's ParaReality with the number 1 behind it. And don't forget to visit my website, ParaReality.com. It's where you'll find an archive of all past episodes for free, along with the latest paranormal news from all around the world under the Para News section, and that's updated almost daily. Your support means everything, whether you choose to grab some gear from my store or simply leave me a positive review. A 3-star or higher review on your podcast app of choice goes a long way in helping this podcast reach new listeners, and I truly appreciate it. So here's a reminder that ParaReality does have a Patreon page, and for as little as $1 a month, you can get the commercial-free episode and other bonus content. And just for a few bucks more, you'll also have access to my companion podcasts, Midnight Syndicate and Beyond Reality. Plus, you'll also have the opportunity to appear as a guest on the podcast. Subscribing to my Patreon not only helps support the podcast, but it also helps me continue to bring you quality content such as this on a regular basis. To learn more or to join, or I'll even give you a 7-day free trial. Just go to patreon.com/parareality or go to parareality.com and click on the Patreon tab. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's special Halloween episode of ParaReality. The next regular episode is scheduled to drop on Friday, November 7th, 2025 at 8 o'clock p.m. Central U.S. time. You don't want to miss this episode as I round up the interviews from the Tennessee Wildman and CryptidCon and West Kentucky Paranormal Expo. There's still a lot of good stories left to tell, and you don't want to miss them. So turn on, tune in, and find out. I hope that this podcast opens up your mind to new ways of thinking, expands your consciousness, and produces a change in the way you see the world. If you wish to change, you must lift the veil of ignorance that has been cast over your eyes. Only then will you see the true power of the universe. Until next time, my friends, I'm Sandman, wishing you a hauntingly happy Halloween. Turn on, tune in, and find out.
If you wish to change, you must first lift the veil of ignorance that has been cast over your eyes. Only then will you see the true power of the universe.
Hey, it's not over. Thanks for sticking around. I got something to tell you. Do you want to be a member of the Secret Sanctum? Well, if you do, there's only one way to do that. Somewhere on ParaReality.com is a link hidden in my website. And if you can find that link and click on it, you'll be granted access to the secret bunker, and you'll become a member of the Secret Sanctum. It's 100% free. It's not going to cost you anything. And once you become a member, you'll have access to some secret audio files and secret documents, some of which are exclusive only to ParaReality and the members of the Secret Sanctum. You'll also get a free ParaReality Secret Sanctum t-shirt. Just fill out the form and let me know what size you are, where you're located in your name, and I'll get that right out to you. So if you want to be a member of the ParaReality Secret Sanctum and have access to the secret bunker, find the link.